Welcome back to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Dan, we're heading to Louisiana this week. I don't know what to think about this.
Well, Louisiana is always a good time. Hey, good bourbon down there, good bourbon street down there. I mean, definitely fans of all of that.
The Sazerac House, yeah, and what else we got going for us? The New Orleans Bourbon Festival, I think, is either just past or it's coming up. I don't know. We got to look into that for one of these years.
New Orleans is our kind of town. It's our kind of town. Yeah,
it is our Oh yeah, a lot of blues music everywhere, a lot of drinking, a lot of partying. That's right up my alley. But before we head there, let's talk about a little golf tournament in Hilton Head, South Carolina. One Jordan Spieth, he just can't get it done. Looks like he's going to defend back-to-back at Harbor Town. And no, Patrick Cantlay slow plays him to a loss to Matthew Fitzpatrick. I wanted Jordan to win that so bad.
Yeah, everybody did. Especially after, I'm tired. I'm so tired. Yeah, right. But
he didn't look that tired. Sir, are you tired of the slow play shit yet? I mean, have you been slow played to death, or is there some merit there? And is Patrick Cantlay losing in the PIP ranking?
He's losing in the PIP ranking, but he might be winning prize money to make up for it. And I think it's a tactic. I think he's doing it on purpose. I think he's a slow moving shark out there.
Well, it didn't work at the Masters. It also didn't work in Hilton Head. So I think he's got to change his tactic up. I don't know if this tactic is it's a flawed strategy.
Do you think that the PGA Tour, and we have not talked about this is off the cuff, needs what MLB did? They need a little shot clock.
I mean, I guess technically they have one, but they have a shot clock once it's being applied, maybe. I don't know. Is it going to change anybody's game? Is Max Homa still going to be the 5th best player in the world if he's on a shot clock?
Well, think about this. Like, they have those little signs with the scores on there. Think about the little.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Could be. Why not? Why not? Let's keep them moving, man. Pace of play. It's all about pace of play. What do you think about Jon Rahm? If you're picking a guy for the booth, you going lefty, or are you taking Rahmbo?
Oh, well. let me digest that for a second, because lefty's no longer invited into a CBS booth.
Well, not yet. It's coming.
At one point he was there, and when he did the interview kind of thing, I think it was like PGA or the US Open several years ago. We talked to Woody about it, right? Back in the day.
Yeah.
West Durham. And he did great in the booth. Phil is built for the booth. Jon Rahm was also phenomenal in the booth. So I think 100% that Jon Rahm is, if he wants it, he could definitely do that one day after he retires. He could be the next Nick Faldo. What do you think?
Well, I thought Amanda Renner did a nice job of keeping him reined in. He exploited his addiction to golf.
Yeah,
I think he'll be chipping before you know it. When he gets back to Scottsdale.
Yep.
Somebody asked him the question. I don't know if it was this tournament or if it was if it was at the Masters, but somebody did say they did make a reference to, I bet you can't wait to get home to Silver Leaf or something like that. And Rahm's like, oh no, the fans want to see me there. I'm showing up. I'm showing up to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. No crying around from him.
He was great in the booth, and you and I talked about this last week, and we got some comments on some different avenues about this, and about his Champions Dinner, what he was going to do, and people were talking about, his family's, this, and this and that, and I had some ideas about it, so that's cool. Maybe we'll talk about it more leading up to the Masters next year. Well, one thing we talked about was who is the most famous person from Spain. And, we definitely went like Nadal first.
Nadal, yeah.
And then it comes out this week, the favorite voicemail or text that Rahm got after winning the Masters was
from Nadal.
Nadal,
Yeah.
But do you think he can overtake Nadal one day as being the most popular Spaniard, or do you think Nadal's got that kind of shown up? Is Nadal it? Is it like the pop culture and everything? Is he the most famous person in Spain?
Who, Nadal or Rom?
Nadal.
Maybe, I don't know. Wasn't Dolly? Wasn't he Spanish? I mean, he was pretty famous. He had a nice mustache. I don't know.
Living now, like somebody that lives in Spain.
Yeah.
So I think Nadal's got the title. He's got the belt. But do you think Rom could take it from him one day?
I don't think
Maybe
so.
Not. He didn't live there, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, he doesn't live there, and I don't think tennis is gonna. I think tennis is more popular than golf, is what I think. Okay. On a worldwide platform, Live has not lived up to its standards in topping golf out as the number one spectator sport in the world. So yeah.
So what I heard, just if anybody, I was kind of coughing during the middle of that, but if anybody broke up on you, what Cal just said was Rom wasn't the most popular golfer at Silverleaf.
That also a true story. Also, that they've got quite the stable over at Silverleaf now, man. I mean, that's who you got. Ogilvy. I think Ogilvy's showing up this week. You got who? Finau, Kerr. There's a few more pros that are there now. I think Fitzpatrick is a Troon guy. I think I don't think that's the Silverleaf Cup that's on his bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hey, Harbortown is it's here and it's gone. TPC Louisiana, it's Pete Dye season, by the way, in case you didn't know, Dan. We'll be making it to another Pete Dye track just outside of New Orleans. What anything else to cover before we trudge through this stacked list of players in the field this week at the Zurich Classic?
First playoff in an elevated event, since we've had those.
Ooh.
So, a lot of comments on Twitter from everybody in golf journalism, and including Phil Mickelson, of kind of like hammering home the point. Hey, when you put all the best players in the same event, it actually makes for a pretty watchable TV or a good event. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock kind of thing. But
are you saying that relative to the Zurich Classic this week and the field that's going to be? I mean, that they had to pull David Duval and John Daly out of retirement, for crying out loud. So I mean, they may be the most two entertaining people there, but that's a motley crew for sure.
Why couldn't Chuck join?
I mean, they're giving 800 FedEx points. So, I mean, hey, all he needs is ride somebody's coattails, and he's now on the PGA Tour with a win.
That's all we need is Chuck showing up with his 400 FedEx points over there at the pro shop saying, I need to trade these in for some golf shirts.
No Tiger and Charlie. I mean, I could see. I guess Tiger he can't play. He's done. I think we talked about it last. There's maybe we see him at the Open this year, the British Open, that is the Open Championship. I don't think we see him outside of that. That stint, that walk in Augusta looked rough.
Very rough. Very rough. What happens if Liv introduces golf carts next year? Do you think that entices Tiger to say, hey, maybe you'll come over here and play?
I mean, at this point, I don't know why they haven't.
Right? Why not?
I mean, what's it going to hurt? And then maybe do you get some of the Champions players heading over to Liv? Yeah, I mean, Daly, Miguel. I mean, there are quite some characters on the Champions Tour. I think Couples, he said no way. He's PGA ride or die, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think Karch would make it interesting. We could soup them up, juice them up a little bit, and let's get a little race going.
Carts are always cool. Like they started doing the match when they started putting the cameras in the carts, and they could talk to them in the cart. That was really kind of cool. I'd like to see Miguel and Pat Perez on the same team together.
Oh yeah. So speaking of, is Pat Perez still on the Live Tour, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not too long ago. Yeah.
Haven't seen or heard anything from Pat.
Passion checks.
Cashing checks.
On
He's
that
cashing.
DJ team, they were winning everything. Yeah, like last year was a big year for Pat Perez on that team.
He's cashing checks. All right. I know what he's spending all his money on too. And it ain't whiskey. How about that?
Air Jordan.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But yeah, they were in Australia this week. So that's pretty interesting, right? I mean, so if the Zurich is on over the weekend and they're playing a rerun on the CW of the Live Tour from Australia, what are you doing?
I'm going to play golf. I'm not. I think I'm checked out on both of these. Other than the gambling aspect of this weekend, I don't know how much interest I have. I mean, I like the match play setup. It's just the field, man. I mean, it's like they're really scraping the bottom here. I mean, it goes to show, right? Having the RBC heritage the week after the Masters, not a good idea. Mm-hmm. And now we've got the match play a week after that. And Rahm's not going to be there, right? I mean, a lot of people JT's not there, Spieth's not there. I mean, that's if they're going to attract any attention and get anything going. I mean, they've got to space this out. And there's 7 of the last 9 events or something is going to be designated events for this year. So I don't know. Does golf need to go back to, and I think they are a little bit, but does golf need a more pronounced off season?
That, and does the changes to the schedule with the new elevated events and the elevated events versus non-elevated events from a traditional match play or not traditional stroke play, that's got its own dynamic to it. But now you add in this type of event. Does this type of event still make sense?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Not for me. I mean, yeah, not with the field. If you can't get the field, that's the cut line, right? Not the cut line that's going to happen on Friday. But if you can't get the field, if you're not getting the 20 of the top 25 players in the world, then what's the point of having an event? Yeah, I agree. It's a few golfers short of the Corn Ferry Tour out here.
That's what we're starting to see unravel, right? And there, people will say, well, it's great to see the storylines of the people that are trying to make it and they're trying to make a name for themselves so they can play the elevated events. And yes, all of that is very compelling. But when you group it all into, the PGA Tour, right? Everything's a PGA Tour event. I'm not sure that was the best decision. Lexus and Toyota are different brands.
Is it compelling though? I don't know if it's.
But is it diluting? Okay, is it elevating the brand by doing elevated events and having the non-elevated events, or is it diluting the brand? I mean, Lexus and Toyota have 2 different brands for a reason, right?
I think the premise of the elevated or designated event, the premise of the existence, I think elevates it. I don't think they did a very good job at executing. Yeah. That's what I think, right? And Rory's getting docked $3 million because he bailed out at Hilton Head. So it's the $3 million a big number to Rory. I feel like $3 million is a big number to anybody. It's probably not going to change his life. Well, it's not going to change his lifestyle, but I think the face of the PGA Tour doesn't care. I'm not going to go play the event.
Do you honestly think they're going to dock him $3 million?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No. As soon as they do, Liv's send them a check.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think they're going to. I think that was to save face, right? And that was to instill fear in all the other golfers that are considering not playing in the mandatory or required events, whatever it is, 6, 15, 18, whatever the number is that they have to play. And I think that, for somebody that's missing, that's hitting the cut line and they're not top 25 in the world, then that's probably a significant number for them, and they probably can't afford to do that.
So Little Commish skips last week's event, and is that going to be the last elevated event he skips this season? How long until people were just dropping them left and right?
I don't know if he's going to get dropped necessarily.
No,
but
what I mean is how long until like he drops another one, and then Rahm doesn't play one, and then over like the next year or two, it's just eroded and they're not really even elevated anymore. And we're back to
it could they could de-elevate themselves, that's for sure, or de-designate themselves. I mean, that wouldn't be unrealistic, right? I mean, they are the tour, so they say. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that at all.
And it's silence out of the McIlroy camp last week, right? No reason for skipping other than, every effing day. I posted that on our Twitter from back in 2020 when he played there. He hated that course.
He did hate that course. Yeah, I don't know. Is there an injury there? Is there trouble in the home front? Maybe somebody's taking up tennis. I don't know. It's lots of questions to be answered, I'll tell you.
Well, it wasn't a good look. I'm a fan of the elevated events they're great. It's just the down weeks that are questionable, right? No, everybody likes a good field. Everybody likes a good field. So yeah,
they're better when they work. Yes, like technology.
Yeah.
All right, we're let's get out of here today. Let's head to TPC Louisiana in Avondale, just outside of New Orleans. It is the Zurich Classic. This will be a partnered event. So we got round one. So Thursday, it's going to be a 4-ball. So whoever the best score on the team, that's the score for whoever shoots the best lowest score, that's the score for the team. And then Friday is going to be foursomes or alternate shot, which I think the alternate shot's pretty entertaining. I like that. I don't know if I like it with this field, but I definitely like it. Again, it's Pete Dye season, so here's what we need to look at and see: how many Pete Dye courses are we going to play between now and the Open the Open Championship. I'm not insinuating that it's a Pete Dye course, but I think that it's. I think we're going to be on a bit of a tear here for some Pete Dye action. So, all right, let's head over to our friends at Fantasy National and let's figure out what we're going to do with these jokers for the Zurich Classic. Last 24 rounds, fantasynational.com. Favor to win, slow play extraordinaire. Patrick Cantlay teamed up with Xander Schauffele. They are the most expensive in the group at $11,100. I believe that DraftKings will only let you pick one. So we're not picking Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele. You're picking the team of Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele. So, where do you want to? Let's look at $10,000 and higher. Where do you want to go? Are you starting anywhere up here? Max Homa missed the cut last week. I don't think he had a great showing in Augusta. Let me hold on before I go down that path. T43 at the Masters, is T6 at the Players. So we haven't seen that much of him, but I don't know. Where are you heading? You starting $10,000 and higher?
I do like the Sanjay and Keith Mitchell. I think that's a pretty good team.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that they both may have played this before, but but they haven't played it together. I could be a bit mistaken. So do we have any ownership percentage? Okay, so it's just showing us the ownership percentage for the team.
Mitchell's got 17.5. I don't see anybody else having any. That's kind of weird. So
no, but I do like that at 17% ownership. Everybody else is 20 plus.
You said maybe they're putting it under the team, under one of the
exactly.
Second guy. Okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah. I don't know. What about Max Homa? Morikawa ranks out third in the model. What did he ask him at Eastlake or somewhere? Ask him to play with him, play this event. So, is Is Morikawa going to be able to carry Max Homa through? I mean, I hear the 5th best golfer in the world's kind of heavy.
Well, I don't think he's been the 5th best player in the world lately. When you talk about a miscut in the T43, these are some big boy events. We talked about this. The big boy events were coming back up, and he has not performed like a 4th player in the world or 5th player in the world in those events. Morikawa's game has gotten better over the last, couple of events or whatnot. So I am not starting there. I could see Max playing well this week because it's very, very low pressure and you're playing with a buddy. But I think it's a little bit too much. I think there's other guys who are going to with the team event like this. I think there's going to be better values out there. What do you think?
So do I. We'll get to David Duval and John Daly in a minute. Is Daly going to get to use a golf cart, by the way? Because he does use a golf cart on the Champions Tour.
I would think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just checking. That could be crucial to him making the weekend or not. I'm just those cigarettes and Diet Cokes get heavy.
Exactly.
Get that man a cooler.
Are you starting? What about? Did we talked a little bit, but where I'm a no on Cantlay and Schauffele. It's just too pricey as well, right? And they're 32% on. So
I think it's. Yeah, I think it's a fade for me. I mean, it's probably stupid to say that, but I mean, maybe it's probably not even a bet. Yeah, I think it's all a fade for me. I'm with you. I think the ownership is interesting for Mitchell and M. And at $10,000, I mean, have we seen enough out of Sahith to think that that this is the kind of field that he's going to excel in?
No, I just don't know how he's going to do here. I mean, he's playing great, right? I mean, he had a great week last week, great week at the Masters.
T5, solo 9th. Yeah.
But I don't know how he's going to be paired, with I mean, I don't know how they're going to do together.
I think I'm out too. Yeah, I'm with you on M and Mitchell, but just below them. So these folks could really, really feed off of each other. Get a little reminiscent of the President's Cup in Tom Kim and Siwoo Kim. Siwoo Kim being the Pete Dye specialist that he is. I think this is the starting point.
Sign me up right here. Yep, 100%. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know if Tom, what's Tom Kim, T16, T51, T45. So, Siwoo Kim missed the cut last week. But yeah, I could see this. I could see this being a thing.
Well, so there was T16 and T29 at the Masters, right? And they both missed the cut last week, so they're going to be rested. They can get, I think they're going to feed off of each other. Yeah, I 100% see these guys. I think a lot of people last week were just tired. I think they needed an XL.
That's what Spieth said. You and Spieth are on the same page. Sam Burns and Billy Horschel. So Sam Burns, everybody was kind of dogging him out coming into Augusta, coming off the 6th at the Valspar, T15 at RBC Heritage last week. Billy Horschel, by the way, misses the cut at RBC Heritage. Is there, for some of these folks that missed the cut, do you think people are going to kind of lean away from that, and that's going to factor into this week? Because you said it, that like for some of these players, this is a very important week, and it's a chance probably to do something that they otherwise don't have a chance to do, which would be win and lock in their PGA Tour card. They're going to split 800 FedEx points. So I think it's interesting in a sense that it'll be interesting to see how it plays out and in how people are treating recent form and the missed cuts coming into this event. So all that was saying, are you in or out on Burns and Horschel?
I like him. And the reason I like him is Sam Burns is playing really well with the T15, the Heritage, T29, the Masters, Valspar, 6th, and T35 at the Players. Playing very well. And then Billy Horschel likes these types of events. Match play kind of stuff. So I'm not counting. I mean, he has a lot of missed cuts there, but where did he finish in the match play? Do you remember over there in Texas?
Cheerleader, that's for sure. That's a good question. I think Billy's plays. So Billy he and Sam Burns finished runner-up to Cantlay and Xander last year at this event.
Yeah, I like that. I like that team.
Billy Horschel won the event in 2018 with Scott Piercy.
Billy Horschel won the Dell match play a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah,
I think.
All right. Well, as much as I don't want to sit around and watch Billy Horschel all weekend, you may be talking me into him. I think what's the ownership on those two guys going to be?
22%. I mean, that
22?
to me, I'd take that over Xander and Cantley.
Yeah. So here's so Wyndham Clark been playing great lately, by the way. Bo Hostler, not so much. I don't know. Where else are we heading in the $9,000 range? I mean, we're going to depend on Wyndham Clark to carry the team. I mean,
you got Hayden Buckley and JD Spawn. I mean, I don't know if I like that one too much.
Look at Kurt Kitayama recent form. Look at his last 5 outings. Miscut.
One.
Miscut. It's feast or famine out here for this guy.
Speed.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, in Montgomery, I mean, maybe I at 16% ownership. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can be talked into that.
I almost like Lipsky and Rye better. I mean, there's more consistency there, but I don't know how they're going to pair together.
So
$100 less,
and both are just hemorrhaging strokes putting. But yeah, what's the alt shot going to do to them? I mean, that's the other thing, right? Is what's to your point? Are they going to pair well together? So
now I would think I'm going to save a little bit of money. I think I would probably start in. I don't think I like the lower nines. I'm not a Lipsky Rye. I'm not a Montgomery and Kitayama. I like Damon McCarthy and English and Hoagie better than both of those other teams.
I would agree with you. I think out of those two, if just looking at the last 24 rounds, I mean, McCarthy, he's going to be able to carry Damon from a putting perspective. I think. Now that's if and when he is putting. Yeah. Harris English, I mean, we had some injury scares, I think. And finished T63 at Heritage, T43 at the Masters. I mean, that's probably, and then you got Hoagie, pair of miscuts, and a T3 at the Players.
Model ranked 10th, Hoagie in this model.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's an interesting play. I think
you take Damon and McCarthy over English and Hoagie, right?
Yes.
I think I would too, but I like both teams. But I think I'm with you on that there. Yeah.
I think the $8,000. I think that's kind of where you gotta sit at, right? I mean, Moore and Neesmith, recent form looks good. Taylor Moore with a win at the Valspar. Who else do we like in the $8,000 range? Oh, well, how could we forget Matthew Fitzpatrick playing with his brother, Alex Fitzpatrick, who is not a PGA Tour member. I guess he could be after this week. I don't know. Is Fitzpatrick, is he going to be tired? So he got a little bit of the Spieth syndrome? Is worn out after all this play?
I think so. I can't go there, man. I mean, he just wins, and then his brother's. Yeah, I can't go there. And they're still 14% owned. They're more owned than Doc Redman and Sam Ryder.
Ben Martin's been playing really well lately. Approach, everything looks good. Ben Martin, I think he's $8,000.
I'll just go back to, Hadwin and Taylor. I don't know. The recent form's not great, right? Okay. Ben Martin has been playing great. Yeah.
Yeah. Chesson Hadley and Ben Martin. Mr. Bojangle himself. He's bringing the biscuits for the mornings. Maybe I might take a runner on Ben Martin. I mean, that's could be somewhere I want to stay at. $7,000 range. Dietrich and Perez. Is it Dietrich and Perez?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Dietrich and Perez. I think that's an interesting pairing. Højgaard and Olesen, I think another interesting pairing. So, who Olesen, I think he's, what's he, DP World Tour. So maybe, what's the ownership on those guys?
13.5.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a play at $7,900 for sure. So what are we going to do with Ryan Palmer and Scott Piercy? I think he and Rahm won the Texas, if the Dale match play, didn't they, a year or two ago?
Would have, yeah.
I think, where's Ryan? No, they won this tournament in 2019. Sorry. Ryan Palmer and John Rahm. What's come on. Wow. And Scott Piercy won this with Billy Horschel in 2018. So I mean, recent form doesn't look good, but they do play well in these kind of events. I could be leaning there. I don't know. It's probably expensive though for it's $7,700 for Scott Piercy and Ryan Palmer, but I don't know. Maybe you may be able to talk me into it. Not that you're trying to.
No, I'm not trying to talk you into that one.
Stallings and Luke List, maybe.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Is it? Hold on. I thought Stallings was playing with Trey
Mullins.
Mullins. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Still the answer is yes. We'll take him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. I think that's a play.
Stallings T26 at the Masters. It's a great little showing for him, man. 100%.
Telling you.
Yeah.
Who else do we like? Do we like anybody in the low sevens, or are we going to have to get into the sixes? Who we got? Sam Saunders is playing with Eric Cole. So if you think back, where were we at? We were at the API when Eric Cole kind of made a showing out there, and Saunders was he called in and was doing the commentary.
Oh, okay.
So maybe some good chemistry at $7,000. I think Sam Saunders and Eric Cole are probably a play. I mean, recent form looks good enough, I think. Where's Eric Cole? T39 at Valero, T27 at the Players. We haven't seen anything out of Sam Saunders, mind you, but it could be some inspiration, could be something to get him fired back up.
Exactly. What do you think about Harry Higgs and Smotherland? That's for $7,100, 3.4% projected ownership. I think that's a good play down here.
Are they going to be able to stay off of Bourbon Street?
I hope not.
So do I. We definitely going to shirts off.
Shirts off. You got Harry Higgs has got a T28 at Valero, T38 Putacana. Then you got Smotherland's got T67 at the RBC, missed the cut at Valero, T36 at Valspar, T35 at the Players. I mean, that's not bad golf. I think I think it's a sneaky team right there.
Yeah, and strong field. So
Yeah.
I'm not against you there. What Daly and Duval? We taking any Daly and Duval action?
No.
Yeah, I too would tend to agree with you. Who's in the $6,000 range? That's let's take a look and see ranking wise who looks really good in the $6,000 range, because we may have to go there.
Duffner. I mean, I think I would probably throw some down on that, right? So Chappell's T39 at Valero, T16 at Putacana, T15 Puerto Rico, T29 Honda. So he's been making a lot of cuts, right? And you got Duffner, who's just been sneaky. He missed the cut at RBC, but in T60 at Valero, T58 Putacana, Valspar, T36 Puerto Rico, T44. Again, another little bit of a sneaky team.
And Duffner is he's got the Dynaline working, so maybe the putter gets hot this week.
I think that's sneaky right there. Yeah.
Who else anybody else in this sixth? Michael Thompson. What are we going to do with Michael Thompson? And who's he playing with? Percy? That he's playing with?
What how much are they?
$6,200. T29, T39, T19.
There they are.
No, go to Michael Thompson and
there they are. There they are.
Yeah. Is he playing with the old league?
Looks like it. Yeah.
0% ownership. No, this Ogle is 6-1. I guess he's playing with this I'm in with Parrish. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they were late ads. I think I did see something come across.
Being able to, yeah, I just don't know about that one. I did like here I missed it a minute ago.
Who's Sean O'Hare playing with?
I don't know. Oh, there it is right there. Brandon Matthews.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh yeah, and they're playing Højgaard and Olesen. I definitely like those two out of that pair.
What about Ryan Armour and Jimmy and Hermie and the Hermie?
Maybe. If we need to go down there, less than 1% ownership? What do we got? Kind of a mixed bag. 3 out of 5 cuts for both in the last tournaments. Yeah, I mean, I can go there if you need to.
Should we do a lineup?
We should.
All right.
Go ahead and donate my money now. Let's see here.
Didn't even get a cocktail out of
it. Speak for yourself. I definitely got a cocktail out of this. All right. Where are we here? Okay. Where do you want to start?
I think maybe should we start with Siwoo and Khan?
Yeah. Good.
Right, so how do we pick these? We just pick one of them, or how do we do that?
Yeah, just pick one. Yeah, they're both the same price, so just pick one of the teammates.
It doesn't matter which one you pick.
Does not. No, you're getting the same points for both guys.
Okay.
Okay, so let's work our way down. You like McCarthy and Damon, or do you like English and Hoagie?
I think we'd like McCarthy and Damon better, right?
All right. Let's I think we need to keep going down.
Okay.
No Fitzpatrick for you, right? The Fitzpatrick brothers are out.
No.
Chess and Hadley and Ben Martin.
How much are they?
They are 8. Let's drop. Let's go Højgaard and Olesen.
Yep.
We didn't even talk about Zach Johnson and Steve Stricker, current Ryder Cup captain and ex Ryder Cup captain.
Cool team. It's a cool team.
Yeah. What about? Yeah, no, I can't go there. Who'd you like? You like Higgs and
yeah. How much? They're in the $6,000 range, right?
7,100.
7,100. Yep, right there.
We got 8,200 left.
All right, so I think we can go back up north, right?
And we got 8,200 and we got 2 golfers. So the question is, do we really like anybody in that $9,000 range? Or
so who did we really like?
Well, who's ranking? Detry and Perez at $7,900. That's that'll push us up.
Let's do it. 7,900. Detry and Perez. Okay, got it. Yep.
So pushes us to 8,500.
We didn't even talk about the Todd bother, did we?
We did not. But Todd and Kazire could be interesting. I think it's. Let's see. Where's he at? 8.
Taylor.
Yeah. You got 15% ownership, and Hadwin, or you got Kazire and Todd. I think it's Kazire and Todd.
Yeah, I like that one better. Yeah, less owned, better recent form. Boom, that's a winner right there.
Well, they won my donation, that's for sure. So no one and done this week. I'm still leading our one and done with the Chasing Daylight podcast, by the way. We got to get those guys on, or we got to go on there. We got to figure out what are we winning?
First off, we were inverted.
Yeah, exactly.
We are winning that. I'm just kidding. You're winning. I know you are.
Let's see. Yeah. So what if you want to pick if you're picking a winner this week, who you picking?
Oh, I just hold on. I just put that away. If I'm picking a winner this week, if I'm gonna pick a winner, I think Sanjay and Mitchell might be hard to beat, man.
I think it's going to be. I think Burns and Horschel get it done.
They could too. Horschel's a great match player guy. Yeah,
that's where I see. Okay, enough about TPC Louisiana. We'll never get this hour back out of our life, or however long it's been. Let's see what else is going on. I'm going to try and get out for a little golf this week. I think we're playing River Pines, I believe. Nothing special, but I think that's what's in store for us. Got to get up to Sweeten sometime in the near future. We need to go to Lake Lure too. We've got an outing that we need to go and play a couple of those courses over there. What are we watching other than these unelevated golf events?
Well, what I'm watching Succession. I mean, the best show on television.
Yeah.
Show on television right now.
I don't think that makes it to Atlanta. I've yet to.
You're missing out.
Hold. Okay, what about have you watched Night Agent yet on Netflix?
No, is it good?
It's pretty good. It's like a Jack Reacher. That's probably the one. Who's the other guy that just came out that was like one of those kind of action characters?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about, the Jack Reacher one. I've seen the Jack Reacher.
Yeah. It's kind of Jack Reachery. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not horrible. And I don't know. I don't think there's not much time for TV these days. So
Barry just started. I haven't seen it yet, but Barry just started Sunday night. The season 4 or 5, the last season of Barry, which is what Ellen is, right? The the hitman actor. Yep. Yeah, it's a really, really good show. I haven't seen the first 2 episodes. Heard good things about him. Miss Maisel's back on Amazon. That's always a fun show.
I don't know. What is it? What's Miss Maisel? I
never seen the Marvelous Miss Maisel. You never seen it?
No.
Oh, Tony Shalhoub. It's great.
No. All right.
A stand-up comic in the 60s or 70s or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll have to go check Miss Maisel out.
That's great. Yeah. It's in its last season. All these seasons are ending. They're all ending. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're stuck watching these boring ass golf tournaments, I guess. Hey, what are you gonna do? What else we got? What's coming up? I think we got Filmland Spirits coming up pretty soon again. Got some samples coming your way, so we'll try to get good and tanked on that show and talk a little golf with those guys. Should be a good time.
What about have you bought anything new lately? Any new bourbons? Any good finds?
Well, I mean, if you ask, what did we do? So we did the Clover for the major series. We did the Clover pick.
Yep.
With our friends with Jeff at Rock Elite. We've got Rebel. I don't think you can say Rebel Yell anymore. I think they just changed it to Rebel, which I'm like, I mean, if Rebel Yell doesn't work for you, how does Rebel work for you? I mean, the connotation is still, it's a great bourbon. So that'll be coming out for the PGA Championship. That'll be taking place in Oak Hill in a few weeks. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know what else I've gotten recently.
Okay.
Probably nothing.
We need to talk a little further about that. I was in the store the other day, and I want to talk some trends with you because, we always talk with all these spirit companies, and it seems like the micro ones will start these trends, and then it's like all these sought after ones, and then the bigger companies start getting in on it too, and everything now is foolproof and and everything else. So I don't know. When you talk through some of those trends and some new things that you're seeing, and get more into those details.
We got to put a list together. That's what we need. Everybody loves a good list.
Ooh, yeah.
I'll get to work on a list.
All right, you do that.
We'll see. We'll see how that fares for us. What's coming up? Bassmaster Classic is coming up at Sweetens in a few weeks. So
cool.
I'm a soft maybe on that one. I didn't realize I'd already I had some plans made for me. So I'm trying to get around some previous commitments there. I don't know that I will successfully do that, but if not, I don't know. There'll be another event at Sweetens. I will miss those guys. I will really hate to miss that tournament. I mean, what's better than a day of fishing and golfing? What more can a man ask for?
Nothing.
Some booze, maybe a little boozing it up a little bit.
Boozing it up. Yep. That's good. That's good, man. No. Well, New Orleans it is.
New Orleans it is. Thanks for the support. Thanks for liking the show. If you're not subscribed, you definitely should be. And until next time,